Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Jamesia Capri, the nurse practitioner extraordinaire. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Guys, I just wanted to come on and chat with you guys. I really don't have a specific topic, but I did want to talk to you guys about keys to success. So, really, you guys will drive the conversation today. I haven't been on live for a while, so I just wanted to come on and do that and say hello to you guys and talk about keys to success or really anything you want to talk about. So while I'm kind of sitting here waiting for you guys to construct some questions for me and chit chat, I did kind of want to go over some questions that I have been getting from you guys just to, I don't know, share with you guys. I really just have a couple questions to start. Like I said, please type in the chat what questions you have for me. Keys for success to me, number one, for the new nurse practitioner, the new student, if you're getting ready to go into clinical. And I'm going to be pausing here in between just to look at you guys' questions. But the number one thing that I want to talk about is when you're done with your rotation or your clinical assignment for the day, be sure to debrief with yourself. Ask yourself, why didn't I know this information and what I have to do to attain it so that you can solidify the knowledge that you didn't know and learn exactly what it is you need to know going forward. So basically, you're going to be asking yourself, why? Why didn't I know that answer? Or what is it? What's the gap in knowledge for me? Okay. So let me go to this question that I have here. Hello, I just finished my first rotation. How do I learn to talk like a provider, not a nurse? I'm trying to elevate my verbiage, but it's hard. Okay, that's a great question. Practice. So the first thing I would tell you to do is find a provider that you're learning from, that you like the way that they discuss whatever they discuss with their patients, the way they lay things out, and then mimic that. So first, you're going to be an actor for a little while. You're going to mimic someone that you really, really look up to, someone who really treats their patients well. And you're going to practice that. It does take practice. So I do have a video that does talk about, I have a video. What is it called? I think it's the snaps where you're learning how to present a patient. So that's a good video. Also, really, I promise you, just practicing in the mirror. In the mirror, is that Micheline? Practicing in the mirror, mimicking that person that you really, really look up to. So that's the answer to that. It will take time. It doesn't happen overnight. And you also, another thing too, you have to visualize yourself as the provider, right? You have been a nurse for however long, I don't know. But as a nurse, you're taking orders and then you're doing. As a provider, you're giving orders, you're planning, and then you're telling someone else to do, right? So if you can practice that, then I don't think you're going to have any problems. But in your mind, you have to visually know that you are now the provider, right? So if you never can see yourself in that role, no one else is going to see you in that role. Okay. Oh, 20 years. See, there you go. So you're an expert, right? But you're a novice at the same time. So that's going to make it a little bit difficult for you, but you can transition and you just have to visualize yourself doing that. Right. Yeah. So I get it. So when I first started out, I mimicked someone that I really, really liked the way that they treated their patients. And then I put in my own little flavor after a while too. But to be honest with you, being new and a novice as a nurse practitioner, it took probably a year and a half to 2 years before I got comfortable just being who I was as a provider. For the most part, I took on some of my preceptors' personalities. I took on some of my collaborators' personalities until I was able to stand in my own. Okay. So it will take some time, but without practice, you're not going to get there. So I find that it's hard for someone who's had 20 years of experience as a nurse to switch over being a provider. But you can do that. You can do it. It is hard, but you can do it. So I wish you the best of luck. Did you have any other questions? Until you think of something else, I'm going to go on to the next question, or the next advice that I had for new providers, new nurse practitioners. Don't procrastinate. If you have something to do for your class, or if you have something to do in the clinic as far as work, do not procrastinate. If you have a note that needs to be charted, don't procrastinate, because it's going to build up and build up and build up. And then you're going to have the stress of that on top of being new to execute. So don't procrastinate. Get your notes, do what you need to do, sign it off, and move on. As a student, when I say don't procrastinate, I mean, if you know you have an assignment that's due, start the assignment. You don't have to finish it all in one setting, but start it, don't procrastinate, and continue to chip away at it and finish it. So that's what I have on that. Okay. Another tip that I have for you is organize your life daily. Get up, organize what you need to do for the day, whether that be school or whether that be in the clinic as a new nurse practitioner. Organize what you have to do for the day so that you can stay on task. Constantly organize. At the end of the day, again, like I said, debrief and figure out how things went and how you would like things to go. And then the next day, do the same thing. Okay. If it works for you, but stay organized. Very important. All right. The other thing too, that I do want to tell you guys, it's important to collaborate, right? So I know for someone like you, someone who has all these years of experience, and you're used to doing things because you're snappy, you know what you're doing, you're getting it done. You feel like you don't want anyone to know that you don't know. But it's so important that you collaborate in the beginning while you're new, instead of waiting towards the end when people expect you to know and you don't know because you haven't collaborated throughout, right? So expose yourself. I know it's hard because we are nurses already. We are very seasoned. We don't want anyone to know that we don't know, but it's so important that we do collaborate. Okay. So collaborate with other practitioners, doctors, or whatever. Just collaborate and expose yourself. Let people know you don't know. Take one on the chin. And then at the end of the day, figure out why you didn't know what you didn't know. And then chalk it up, move on. Next day, start again. But remember, collaborate. Even if you have people in your class, right? If you have someone in a class with you and you're working on something, you're working on a post, or you're working on some labs and you just can't figure out what to do, have a student or a friend in class that you can collaborate with. There's nothing wrong with collaborating. There's nothing wrong with that. That just helps you along the way. I mean, look at us. We're able to look in our books. We're able to, we're able to do this stuff as providers. As students, you should be able to collaborate with other students, or even being new, you should be able to collaborate with other providers, and don't feel bad about that. Now, there will be some people who are nasty and they may say something to you that may hurt your feelings, but keep it moving. Go on to the next person if they don't want to share their advice. Okay. I'm just warning you. There are some people who will get nasty with you, but don't let that take the wind out of your sail. Just keep going. Okay. And keep collaborating. Don't stop asking questions. Don't stop asking questions. And thank you so much. I love giving advice. I love talking. So I appreciate you saying that. All right. So the next thing I want to tell you guys, that there is going to be struggle, right? But if you manage your expectations, then you can get through anything. Okay. So just know, being new at anything is a struggle. Again, our ego likes us to act like we should know everything. Our ego wants us to be seen as an expert. Well, in fact, you're not an expert until you are, right? So just know that there's going to be struggle. Try to have some fun in this transition that you're having in life. Try to have some fun. Try to make it, interesting, right? And just know that if I expect one thing and it doesn't happen that way, it's okay. There's going to be struggle, and you can just try again the next day. But don't give up on whatever it is you're trying to complete to make it great, right? So let me look at this question. Let's see. Sometimes I feel weird about doing the NP route since I know med school is more complete and longer. I know the doctors look down on us a bit, but I feel like there is room and a place for all of us. Okay, I get where you're going with this. Um, and that's because you really respect the doctors that you work with, right? Um, and for whatever reason, you feel like they may be looking down on you. They may not be, and they may be. But in my experience, if I feel comfortable in my own skin and I feel confident in my own skin, then I don't care that much how they may feel about who I am. Um, so be careful about how you feel about what you're doing. If you're very comfortable and you really want to be a nurse practitioner and you know you can be the best nurse practitioner there is on that team, you have something to give. So you have something to bring. Um, but until you feel like, hey, I put my pants on the same way just like you do, and I'm just as good as what I do, then you won't feel that comfort level with your colleagues. There are some. I don't know if I can cuss on here, but there are some a-holes, right? There's some assholes, and they will treat you a certain way. They do have more school or whatever, or I'm not even sure they do have more school. Some of us have been in school just as long as they have. We just have something different to bring, and you gotta give respect to get respect. And first, you got to respect yourself in your role. So don't feel weird. Just make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you're on top of your game. That's all I want to say to that. One more thing. How do I handle those emotions and conversations with doctors about nurse practitioners, PAs versus doctors? I don't know that there's a versus, and I do get why you're emotional about it, because you're doing what you love to do. Now, here's the thing. There's nothing stopping you from being a nurse practitioner and then being an MD if you want to, right? Is there? There's really nothing. The only thing stopping you is you. Um, so I, I don't know where your emotions are on that, and I think my battery is going to die here in a minute, but which is horrible planning on my part. Sorry, but again, I don't subscribe to. Let's see how much more I have. I have 10%. But I don't subscribe to that, and only you can give it emotion. Only you can give it that power over you. So I'm hoping that in time you will take this and run with it, because you can be just as good as the next person. And yes, there's room for all of us. And again, if you decide you want to later go to med school or whatever, then why not? It makes me no never mind. It makes nobody else any never mind. But it doesn't mean that being an MD is necessarily better than being an MP, or being an MP is better than being an MD. We're all here trying to get the patient served. So that's really the main thing. So keep the main thing, right? So I hope that helps. Let's see. This is awesome. Maybe it's not the MP. Maybe it's just because I'm new. Could be. It could be because you're new, but you're really not. You're still an expert too, right? You're an expert at what you do. You're just a novice at being a nurse practitioner or nurse practitioner student, whichever it is. And you can't be new forever. If you keep on being a nurse practitioner, you'll eventually be a seasoned nurse practitioner, right? Okay. So, yeah, I cannot believe I am losing my charge. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to walk through my house and get my charger because I don't want to leave just yet. So, ask me another question. And I apologize for not having for not being prepared. Uh-oh, I went dark. Sorry, guys. That's because I'm going upstairs. All right, hold on. Let's see. Ooh. All right, let's see. Do we have another question? Okay, so anyway, I'm trying to get my charger so that I don't lose you guys. And I got my charger. Don't look in my closet because it's a mess. But yeah. Okay. So another thing I wanted to tell you guys about keys to success. Keep the same fire that you had when you started this journey. So you remember when you started nurse practitioner school or started being a nurse, how excited you were about that. Sorry, give me a second. Uh-oh. You guys, I don't want to lose you. Oh, goodness gracious. Hold on. All right, so I got some power. But anyway, like I was saying, the same excitement you had about being a nurse practitioner or being a nursing student, keep that excitement going, right? So, and keep that fire that you had going because that's what's going to take you to the next level. So when you first started out, you wanted to be the best of the best. So all I'm saying is keep that going. Now I'm winded, but I just wanted to say that to you guys, and I just appreciate you guys stopping by. And if you have any other questions, and let me see, is it Micheline? If you have any questions, just hit me up. On my channel, I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have, any tips I can give, any videos that you guys want to see. I came on live today because I haven't been live for a while. I hope that the quality is not too bad, but I appreciate you guys hanging in here with me, and I hope you guys have an amazing day, and you guys keep it up. I love all of you guys. I love all my extraordinary followers. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I need you to do that right now. Also, check out my website, www.voncapri.com. I have a great nurse practitioner planner that you can use going into the clinic. It gives you all types of tips, all types of diagnoses, and a place to write your soap notes and all of that good stuff. I'll leave a description once I can do that in the description area where you can pick that up. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. I'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys.